This is sealed log 40 Tusita. Recording initiated. The date is redacted. We've stumbled upon something ... impossible. It started with a ghost signal on a dead frequency. Nothing but heavy shortwave static and a high-pitched carrier tone. An unsanctioned broadcast coming from nowhere. After days of analysis, we determined the signal wasn't just coming from an unknown location, but an unknown time. Specifically, it was originating exactly 24 hours in our chronological future. Initial audio analysis was a nightmare. We managed to isolate fragments of human speech, but they were buried under a persistent, low-frequency hum and constant data corruption. It was like listening to ghosts through a broken machine. The only phrases that came through clearly were parts of a desperate countdown. 5 hours until the last day. 1 hour until the last day. Over and over, ending on that same chilling tone. The last day. Between the countdowns, there were these unsettling atmospheric recordings, the sound of wind howling through a desolate place, and what sounded like distorted religious hymns, warped and broken. I was assigned to monitor the broadcast. My name is redacted. For 7 days, I documented its decay. The signal itself seemed to be degrading, mirroring the content it carried. The voices grew more panicked, more desperate with each passing day. The static became more aggressive, like it was actively trying to claw its way through the speakers. The underlying audio, those hymns and that wind, shifted from a distant, eerie warning to something that felt immediate, like a confession whispered in your ear. It was a play-by-play of some unseen catastrophe, and we were listening to it unfold one day in advance. The signal was our oracle, a terrifying window into a future we couldn't prevent. We were just listeners. We knew that on day 8, at 4 o'clock Zulu, whatever the last day was, would happen. We braced for it. We prepared for the end of their world, knowing it was our tomorrow. The final hours of the broadcast were the worst. The voices were just screams, pure, unfiltered terror. The countdowns were gone, replaced by pleas and fragments of goodbyes. The hum had become a deep, guttural growl that vibrated through the entire lab. Then came the critical moment. Day 8, 4 o'clock, Zulu. The clock ticked over, and the broadcast didn't stop. It continued live. A voice, clear for the first time, cut through the noise. It was a man, and he was giving a weather report. He mentioned a sudden, unforecasted squall line moving over the coast, with winds reaching 80 knots. I froze. I looked at my own monitor, at the live satellite feed. The exact same squall line was appearing on our real-time weather radar, right now, in our present. It hit me like a physical blow. The broadcast wasn't a recording from the future. It wasn't a premonition. The temporal distortion had been collapsing. The 24-hour gap had been shrinking day by day, and we never noticed. The live feed wasn't from their future. It was from our present. The alignment was complete. The last day wasn't tomorrow. It was now. It was here. As that realization sank in, a deafening, metallic shriek tore through the radio. A sound so violent it felt like the world was being ripped apart. I heard myself shout, chairs scraping on the floor as I scrambled to cut the power, to kill the signal. Then, nothing. The log tape, the signal, everything just stopped. A final, flat, absolute dead tone. End of log.